of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders. We have a 1st and 10 forthcoming. We have a red zone alert as well as this offense looks to punch it in a scoreless first quarter.
Detroit!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that. And no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this. Because
a pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this 3rd down situation?
Slow. Ready. Flag, 32.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's 2nd down, and the defense needing to step up.
Ready. 319.
And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ready. 319.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal.
Ready. 319.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were... Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. On third down, Taylor. He finds Humphreys. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a nice gain of 21. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. Back to Tennessee after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll try to run it with Vereen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Titans on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Taylor. And Reed with it over the middle. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's...
The clock reading 1 minute even, so this offense with 60 seconds to go to try to at least get into field goal range, and they start from their own territory. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. look to throw. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit. Gone.
Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Moore, as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders are back within a score. So a big third down coming up here for the defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the third quarter. Out of the gun now on third down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
So a big 3rd down coming up here for the defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the 3rd quarter.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Back now in Nashville. The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go.
Ready. 319.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Frank Clark in there to drop him and back. This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Back to throw. It's caught. Jones. Past the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
This defense now trying desperately to hold on to this 4th quarter lead, but to do it, they've got to keep this offense out of the end zone.
Ready. 319. 319.
Play action. Now Taylor. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Throwing again, it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the task for this offense is preserving this lead. It's a tight game late, and the defense also, keep in mind, they do have 3 timeouts. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3:19. 3:19.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for our visitors, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.